So how do you not go crazy during your taper? Well, I'm going to share some of the tips and tricks that I use to kind of settle my mind and prep myself before an ultra marathon. First and foremost, prepping, making lists so that your mind knows you have it. Most of the anxiety and stress comes from the fear of the unknown. You're afraid you're going to forget something. You're afraid something's going to go wrong because you forgot something. Make lists. If you're traveling, get your itinerary. Make sure you double check all that. You're good to go. Maps, things you need to get to the area you're going to go. The hotel, the Airbnb, the race start, things like that. If you have a crew, make sure you get that paperwork done ahead of time for them. Submit that stuff to them, maybe have some pre-race meetings with them. That way, you know you have some extra brains on the project and helping you think things through. Make sure you're not forgetting things. Don't overthink. Don't overthink everything. Get those lists down. That way, you can trust that you've made the list, that you've gone through them, and that kind of helps release some of the stress you're going to feel. We all feel it. It's hard to kind of tamp it down. I used to really stress it a lot, overpack, overdo everything. And that stuff stressed me out. It made me not sleep well. It compiles and then it just hurts you more. So the more you prep and prepare and make lists, the easier things are going to be. Review your training. One of the things I think people overlook is they're stressed about the race. They're stressed how they're going to perform. Most of us are out there doing just the best we can. We're not out there to win. We're out there to perform our best or just to survive. It may be your first ultra. It may be your 100th ultra. And over that time, you learn what to stress about and what not to stress about. I used to stress a ton over fueling. Now I know the aid stations and most of these races are very well prepared. They're run by people who are experienced ultra runners. Most of the aid station people have been doing this a long time. They know what you need, when you need it. There's some thought put into what is on the aid station table. So if you go to the race website, typically good ones will list what is going to be available. And that way you can kind of prepare yourself and know, well, I don't have to carry 7,000 gels or I have to make myself 100 peanut butter jelly sandwiches. They're going to have them. If you want to make them, that's fine, but it helps just relieve a little bit of the stress there. So just trust your training. Go back and review. I kind of lost my thought there. Go to your Strava or wherever you keep your records of your training and go look at what you've done. Trust the process. Trust your training. Review those great runs you had. Review those long runs. It really does give you that confidence. Like, okay, I am prepared. I did do my training block. If you haven't, it's going to be what it is. But don't stress it. You can't undo it. You can't go back in time. So just move forward with what you know you can do. If you haven't prepared, if you haven't done as much training as you thought you should have, slow down. This is where you think about your run-walk strategy. You're going to be doing much more walking than you are running. Stay within your fitness. I tell this to everyone. Stay within your fitness. There's always that thought that I'm going to go sub 24, but if you haven't trained for it, and why would you stress yourself out? Why would you blow yourself up trying to do something you did not actually train for if it's not something that's easily attainable to you? If you're a sub 20 100 miler and you didn't get a great training block, and you could probably still go sub 24. So this is all relative. So trust the process, trust training, and make your lists, and it's going to help relieve a lot of the stress. Things I like to review. Put my papers up here. I review the course. I review every video that I can watch. That's actually how I got into making videos and races, because there was a lack of them when I started doing this back in 2014, 2015. I wanted to make the videos to help others prepare and help share my experience. So watch everything you want on the race, if that helps you. That's what I do. I go out to the website. I review the paperwork. I got all here, print it out, review it, just make sure I got all the rules, any mandatory gear, anything that I may be missing, I go through and read. It just helps me. My brain works much better when I am knowing what to expect on race day. It just calms my nerves. I actually have gone out and watched my own videos on a race that I've done before, just to kind of get my mind settled. Like, okay, I got this. Because, at the end of the day, I feel better once the race starts. Once that gun goes off and they go, everything strips away. All the stress, everything. And if you've done this, once the gun goes off, you're doing what you love to do. You're doing your thing. You're running. That's what I look forward to getting to. Everything else up to that point stresses me out. So I've done things to help lower that, because I don't like the stress going into it. It raises your cortisol levels. It just makes everything worse. And in this training block, I have really worked on my diet, sleeping well, lowering cortisol levels. All my numbers, all my markers that I have been tracking are fantastic right now. And that gives me a lot of confidence. And it makes me just not carry the stress of all of this. It's running. It shouldn't stress you out. Now, I know there's varying degrees of this. If you're traveling to another state or another country and you're, taking multiple people and you're taking all your bags and of all your stuff, and I see how that could be extremely stressful. But there's things you can do for those of us who are overthinkers and those of us who are extremely susceptible to stress and anxiety. These type of things help me, and so I think they would help you. Go out to Ultra Pacer. This is something I've been doing. Typing in different pacing strategies, typing in different things so I can go out to the course, the race that I'm in, and it will tell me the aid stations. I can put in different stop times. I can put in the paces that I'm hoping to get, weather. It does all kinds of calculations based on different things. And it can kind of give you a good understanding, a healthy understanding of what your paces may be and how you may fare for the day and what to expect, when it's going to get dark, what times you're going to arrive at certain aid stations. As long as you're putting in legitimate, realistic data of what your paces may be, you can take pictures of that. And that's what I do on my phone. So I can go in and go, okay, I'm ahead of time. I take that average pace, I put it in my watch, and I can kind of put that as kind of I don't know what to call it on my Garmin, but it's where you're racing kind of against that time as a different screen. I can see if I'm going sub 24, I can put the sub 24 average time in there, and it'll kind of let me know where I am with regards to that. And if I'm significantly blowing past that time, I know I probably need to back it off a little bit. I can also look at that by the aid station times. Ultra Pacer will give me those numbers at what time I should be arriving. If I'm blowing those out of the water, I need to kind of do a gut check. Am I just blowing the doors off of a PR for a 50, or am I actually feeling great and can sustain that effort for the rest of the day? This kind of gives you things to think about. Overall, trust the process. You'll feel better once it all gets started. I know we all have our ways of managing stress, and this is how I do it. If you're coming up on a race or you're prepping for a race, best of luck to you. I have one in 5 days, the C&O Canal 100, and I'm looking forward to that. I'll let you know how it goes. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.